So with this type of word problem, we need to make sure that we pick variables that are meaningful based on the description that we have in the word problem. So the problem says the total value of pennies and nickels was $14.50. Hala counted the coins and found there were 450 coins in all. How many of each type of coin did she have? And so what we need to understand from this problem is that our variables need to represent the number of each type of coin. So what types of coins do we have? We have pennies and we have nickels. So we have some number of pennies that we don't know. And we have some number of nickels that we don't know. But what we do know is that when you add that total number together, you're going to get 450. That's what the problem says. So NP plus NN equals 450. Now, the other thing that we know is that the value of these pennies and nickels when added together is going to total $14.50. We have that up here. So what is the value of a penny? Well, the value of a penny is $0.01. We could also say 1 cent, but since this is in dollars, our total's given in dollars, and we need to make sure our value is also in dollars. So what that means is that however many pennies we have, 0.01 times that number of pennies is going to give us the total amount of the total dollar amount that we have in pennies. And then likewise for nickels, since a nickel is worth $0.05, then 0.05 times the number of nickels will give us the total value of nickels that we have. And so both of those added together should give us $14.50. All right. So in essence, what we have at this point is we have two equations and two unknowns. And anytime you have a system of two equations like this with two unknowns, there are two different ways to solve it. You can either use substitution or you can use elimination. Now, in this case here, substitution is going to be the easier route, but I also think it's going to be easier to, first of all, in our second equation, get rid of these decimals. And so we can do that by multiplying through by 100. If we multiply the entire equation by 100, both the left and the right side, we're going to get 1 NP for the number of pennies plus 5 times the number of nickels equals 1,450. So that'll just make the math a little simpler. We can solve this equation here for NP. So if we do that, we get NP is equal to 450, moving the n to the other side, 450 minus NN. So now we're going to take this value of NP and we're going to plug it into this equation right here. So we can say that the 1 is understood, so we don't need to leave that in there. But instead of NP, we're going to write in the value of NP based on this equation up top, this one right here. And we're going to say that NP is equal to 450 minus NN plus 5NN, sorry, we still have to leave that in there. That's going to equal 1450. So just combining like terms, on the left side here, we're going to have 450 minus NN plus a positive 5 NN is going to give us a positive 4 NN equals 1450. And now subtracting 450 from both sides, we get 4 NN equals 1,000. All right, we can divide both sides by 4. And when we do that, these 4's cancel out. And we understand that NN, the number of nickels, is equal to 250. Now, if the number of nickels is equal to 250, then we can say, we can use our equation up top here that says, this one right here, that says the total number of nickels and pennies together is 450, and we can plug in 250 for NN. So that gives us that NP plus 250 equals 450. And so moving the 250 to the other side, we get NP equals 450 minus 250, which is 200.